What is up, everyone? My name is Mr. J, and today I am bringing you a Digimon deck profile. As you saw on the channel, I did get first place with Yellow Vaccine. Matches are up in the channel, so if you want to check them out, you can go ahead. But we're going to go ahead and get into the deck list. Just starting off with the rookies. Just FYI as well, guys, I did practice this on Twitch. Like, I was tinkering with the deck because I didn't like the build at first, but I changed a few things. So it's going to be a little different. I forget the camera's flipped here. So let's just start off with the eggs. Of course, we have 4 Tokomon and 1 Kyaramon. I'm not sure if I want to keep the Kyaramon. One time I did deck out versus slower decks and the Kyaramon did help. In general, just for right now, let's talk about the eggs. It really is up to your preference, but I like the consistency of the Tokomon. Someone in the comment section said that they never break with Yellow Vaccine. I think that's a lie. I think all decks can benefit from the draw power. Plus, I do have a neat tech that helps out versus your opponent's security Digimon when you're swinging for a lot of checks. So Tokomon's my preference. For our rookies, we have 4 Patamon, of course, 4 Kutamon, and 3 Elecmon for our rookies. This is my lineup. Before, those 3 Elecmons actually used to be 3 copies of Pillowmon. I didn't like the Pillowmon. It just seemed like a vanilla for me, and most of the time it would just get popped off the board. So depending on your meta, right, you might want to run the Pillowmon. I like the Elecmon because in tandem with the Angemon from BT14, you can minus up to 7k, and that actually hits a pretty good amount of level 5s. So I'm thinking about Rise Greymon, the Cargo Dramon. Even though with the Cargo Dramon it's also a virus, so you could actually just use the Angemon effect to bottom deck it. But sometimes you don't want to increase their security, right? So the Elecmon's really nice. It's just a good way to get rid of the small bodies on the board. What I noticed the first time around was that this deck really lacked removal. And I'm surprised I'm saying that, but it really did just, oh, it's gonna be an ugly glare. It just really does. The 4 Angemon for our champions, we have 3 Rapidmon and 3 Gatomon for our champions. That is a total of 10. Yeah, 10. I've seen some people run 9 champions. I just think you should run at least 10 because, yeah, you want the Patamon to hit in security, right? As soon as it comes out. Sometimes you promote the Patamon, it doesn't hit in security, you don't gain the memory, you don't get the draw, you don't get the effect off TK, and then it just gets removed off the board by your opponent's Digimon. So I don't like that. I would like to see as many champions as I can in security, especially, it's always nice to have choices. These are the best ones. I don't run hybrids. Sometimes I do miss the hybrids, but you can digivolve into the security from the Patamon, and you can't use a Misery of Hope on it. It doesn't work with the deck. These are all vaccines, they all work. The Rapidmon, if you guys noticed throughout the tournament, it was really good. So good at removing small bodies, and we play so many tamers that a lot of times you just suspend 3 Digimon, you give it minus 5k, you delete the small stuff, and then you swing over big Digimon. It's really good. Especially with the Elecmon, it could actually swing over it actually could swing over megas. So that makes it pretty much like an 8k effective Digimon, Rapidmon, swinging over other Digimon. For our ultimates, we have, ooh, that glare. We have 4 Magna Angemon and 4 Rise Greymon. This is my lineup. I like the Rise Greymon because you play a tamer for free, and then the inheritable Sec +1 is really good for ending games. The Magna Angemon Ace is just really good removal. You hard drop it for 4, you recover 1 if you have 5 or less, and then you give something pretty much minus 6k DP, depending on how much security you have, right? But it's really good because the Gatomon here, I didn't say anything before. The Gatomon is really good because it has barrier. So versus, let's say, Raid War Greymon, you could just trash a security. And it won't pierce, so they won't get the extra security checks. You just trash 1 security. It's really good because it's a sticky Digimon. And the inheritable on the Gatomon is, let's see if the camera will catch it here. All of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k to their security. all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 2k. So yeah, like it's no Kyaramon, it's not jamming, I know. Most things in the meta are 12k unless they're playing like the level 7s like Ruin mode or Merciful mode. I can't even think of other megas in the current meta that are bigger than 12k. Or they're level 7. For our, I'm just gonna overlap them here. For our level 6s, we are playing 4 Seraphimon, 1 Shadow Seraphimon, and 1 Shine Greymon Ruin mode. Yeah, bear with me guys, because I don't wanna, there's some shine, some glare, so I'm just gonna have to overlap the cards. Yeah, this is my lineup for my megas. 4 Seraphimon. Why 4 Seraphimon? It's the best card, bro. I love it. When Digivolving, just recover +1. But the all turns effect once per turn when a card is added to your security stack. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7k, and this Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. So it's both offensive and defensive. Really good. There's a lot of cards that actually trigger Seraphimon even on your opponent's turn. So having that interaction on your opponent's turn is really nice to pop their rookies. A lot of the times Seraphimon does hit the 7Ks. Like I said, Rise Greymon's a good example. What's another one? Ayatarmon's a good example. It does miss most of the aces because the aces are 8k, but again, with other stuff, it can get there to the DP threshold. For our tamers, I'm gonna put them on the side here. Hopefully don't get too much glare. We run 4 TK from BT1, 4 TK from BT14, and just finish it off, our 4 A Misery of Hope, and our 3 yellow tradings. Okay, so why 4 BT1 TK? Because it's not bad hard drop turn 1. If you hard drop this turn 1, you get to look at your security, know what's in there. It sets you up for the Misery of Hope, right? Because for a Misery, you do need a TK tamer on the board to recover one. So that's really good. Plus, to activate the Angemon effect, you also need a TK on the board. I don't know if it says tamer or TK, to be honest. Now let me check on it. No, if you have a tamer, it's just a tamer. But the point being, for the Angemon, for the Misery, you need a tamer on board. It's good to see your security. It's good to be set to 3 also. So I really like the TK, especially since if TK from BT1 is hidden security while Seraphimon's on the field, TK will trigger, you'll grab a card from your security, and then you'll add a card to your security, right? Recovery +1, and then the Seraphimon will trigger. So even though we're not running any bombs, technically the TK could act as a bomb if you have the Seraphimon on the field. Same thing with the BT14 TK. You add a card to your hand, you put something under, you trigger Seraphimon. I would say TK from BT14 is one of the... There's a lot of good cards in the deck. I would say it's one of the best cards in the deck because you gain so much memory. You spam these little dudes out. It's technically only 2 to play because you can suspend it immediately on your turn to gain a memory. And so it's only 2 to play. And then you get to set up your security. You get to set up your Misery of Hope. It's really good. The other, I would say another busted card in the deck is obviously a Misery of Hope. We're playing at 4 copies. I used to run it at 2 copies, and then I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what I was smoking. For a Misery of Hope, it's so good. Digivolving for 1 cost. Sometimes it's for 0 cost because if you have the Patamon as the inheritable, it's 0. It's a 0 cost option card. That's really good. I actually did that combo where you hard play Patamon, you go down to 0, you use a Misery, you Digivolve, and then Patamon puts something under the security, you gain a memory off the inheritable, you're Gucci, right? 3 yellow training cards. Again, a lot of people, I was about to say students, a lot of people don't like it. They think that, okay, cool, it's already consistent as it is. No, I think I won that tournament because my build was consistent and because I had pretty good removal. But like I said, the yellow training cards, at first, I was not a fan of the training cards, but them searching your TKs, your tamers, because every single card in this deck is yellow, it's so good. It's such a good card. And it making your Rapidmons only 2 cost to Digivolve so that you won't pass turn is also really good. I think I skipped over the Shadow Seraphimon. The Shadow Seraphimon as a 1-of, it was actually really nice. Like, I really liked it. Shadow Seraphimon. I really like the Shadow Seraphimon. I wouldn't take it out. Before it was a regular art, but actually when I pulled the EX4 packs, I got a alt art Shadow Seraphimon, so it was really good. The Ruin mode, I didn't talk about the Ruin mode either. Dude, it won me that last match versus Shine Greymon because they could not promote. It's just it's so good having a stun card in the deck, and it being level 7, it gets around the Fenrir deck, right? Because the level 5 can only pop up to 6k. Unlike the Pillowmon, right? They'll just promote, Digivolve into the level 5, pop the Pillowmon, and then hatch analog. I mean, tap analog, gain a memory, hatch, put the Lugamon in the raising area, and they're ready for next turn. And you don't. Hopefully, you have another Pillowmon, right? But the Shine Greymon Ruin mode is really hard. Usually, they're not running removal, so it's a good 2 turns of just stunning your opponent, right? Because you don't have to attack the following turn. But yeah. 2 whole turns of blocking your opponent out. The Ruin mode, like I said, won me. It was one of the MVPs for the matchup. Unfortunately, I know it's very expensive right now. This one was pulled by Jose, and he let me use it, I guess. And he has the other art, so it was really nice. Yeah, but this is my build, guys. I think before, let's just talk about it. For BT14, or not BT15, for EX5, it's in 1 week, 2 weeks from now. I don't think I'm gonna change anything. I know there's a new level 6, but I think for the most part, I'm gonna keep things the same. I'm pretty sure the meta's gonna stay somewhat the same. Boards are still gonna be a little bit wide. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't follow the meta in advance like that. I don't like Future Fridays. I like to live in the now. I actually don't like when people talk about the meta BT16, BT17, BT18, whatever, because that's so far away, bro. Like, just play in the now. You know, that's my thing. But this is my build. Would I change anything? Maybe another Rapidmon. Sometimes I did miss the Gatomon. I think for sure level 5s, I'm gonna keep it the same. The Rise Greymon, the dudes from what, BT1, BT2, dude. He's such a good card. I can't believe he's still being played so many years later. It feels like so many years later. But he's such a good card. Staple in the deck, gets to play the Tamers for free. For Seraphi, I don't like Venusmon because it's just not my playstyle, but the stun is nice. I think the stun, the Ruin mode is good, but if you don't have Ruin mode for, you know, I guess financial reasons, you could run Venusmon. It's kind of the same thing. But yeah, this is my build. I got first place. I'm very proud of it. I did practice on Twitch back-to-back weeks, and then I did take this to local twice. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about the deck? Are you planning to play it in EX5, BT15? I know it gets more support in the form of the Angelomon Ace, and there's other cards. I'll see what I do when we get there. But yeah, that's the deck profile. If you have any questions, let me know. But if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you already subscribed. My name is Mr. J. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.